Osimhen! 4-1! Nigeria beat Gabon. Do not doubt Victor Osimhen. I don't care if he's missed 5 chances, if he missed a one-on-one in the last minute. He will deliver. Osimhen has carried Nigeria in that game against Gabon. Aubameyang put the search warrant out. He's gone missing. I found him. He's in Benjamin Frederick's pocket. 4-1, not without controversy. We're going to go through the whole thing. What started as a rainy afternoon in Rabat in an empty ground, instead a full arena, needed a bit of atmosphere. You felt that that game needed a bit of atmosphere. I think CAF opened the doors towards the second half. Way more people were in that stadium for the second half than the first half. Listen, Gabon. You know, we have to say goodbye to Gabon now in these World Cup qualifiers. They got 25 points out of 30 and didn't make it, of course, in the group with Cote d'Ivoire. They just didn't turn up today. Did not turn up today. Nigeria didn't even train a couple of days because of dispute with the bonuses, and they had a dodgy hotel, and they still managed to win by 4. So 4-1's emphatic. I think it's a sad end to what was a really positive campaign for Gabon in these World Cup qualifiers. They shouldn't be too disheartened. They'll be back in Morocco next month, of course, won't they? Because they'll be playing the Africa Cup of Nations, surely the last one for the likes of Aubameyang and Lamina. But as for Nigeria, the starting lineup came out. Nwabali in goal as expected. Osimhen leading the line. Osimhen, though, early in the game, he had that header and the keeper clattered him, and you're thinking, oh my God, is it like the World Cup qualifiers again where Osimhen comes off injured? He looked like he was going to come off injured at one point, but he managed to carry on. The masked man, the masked assassin, good thing he did, because boy, they needed Osimhen at the end of that game. Aubameyang definitely was not fit to play 120 minutes. All he did was get booked, and he's going to be stuck in Benjamin Frederick's pocket for a long time. He even got an assist, Frederick, didn't he, on the third goal? What a player. Now, I think he's Brentford's player, but he's on loan playing in Belgium or something. What a player. Brentford have got to recall Frederick ASAP. He is fantastic. He should be playing in the Premier League. He's class. He's so good. So, really, he's much better than Donkey Kong. But Frederick is a really good player. Osimhen's a really good player. I've got to say the turning point in the game, I think, was when we see Ajuke and Moses Simon come on. And Lookman didn't have a great game. I thought Ajuke was electric and fully deserving of his goal. But let's go through the game, because there's one key talking point. We saw in the build-up, we spoke in the build-up about the VAR being from South Africa. Nigeria were objecting to having South African VAR in Rabat. They requested those got changed. They didn't, and boy are they lucky, because I think Osei Samuel has got away with murder. He has pulled that guy's shirt. In fact, there were 2 shirt pulls. We've got to start with this decision, because as much as Nigeria eventually deserved to win, that is a pen. There's 2 shirt pulls. How the hell has that been overturned? Now that Nigeria have won, please admit it, it's a pen all day. Because if Osimhen's getting pulled like that down the other end, it's a pen. I think Osei Samuel is a very lucky man. And the fact that this is the first of these 2026 CAF qualifiers that has VAR, it's not a good look. And this sets the precedent of the AFCON. If we're going to see this sort of VAR use in the AFCON to help the big teams, it's going to stink the place out. I cannot believe he's not given it. It's one of the worst decisions of the year. If Gabon get the pen, Aubameyang sticks it away past Nwabali. It's 1-0. It's a very different game. Gabon quite easily could have won that game at 1-0 with 15 minutes to go. So, a shocking decision. But what's more shocking is the goal that Nigeria got, the first goal. What were the Gabon defenders doing? Then the keeper's gone charging out and Nigeria stick it away from Adams. But I've got to say, it's poor defending. It's a gift. It's an early Christmas present. But then, right at the end, it was going to take something special to beat Nwabali. The way, Gabon barely had a shot on goal. I don't think they had a shot in all of the first half. But Gabon, through Lamina, a deflected effort. That's why Nwabali couldn't get close to it. In the 90th minute, we're thinking, oh my God, here we go. But of course, that VAR check took so long that we had 12 minutes added. And Osimhen, in the 12th minute of added time, very nearly snatched the win. He didn't even hit the target. It was a weird effort by his standards, of course. How did not even hit the target? Gabon got away with that, and it went to extra time. Gabon have got quite a lot of old players. Aquile Manga, Bouanga, Lamina, Aubameyang, that's a mouthful, and Dong. Honestly, they just couldn't play 120 minutes, I think, at that level against a high-intensity Nigeria team. Look, Ajuke coming on changed the game, I think, and Eric Shell's got a big decision to make about what he does for the final. Of course, Osimhen definitely starts. Ajuke gets the goal for 2-1. Frederick finds Osimhen to make it 3-1, and Osimhen was always going to score, end up scoring 2. He gets the 4th and final. The 4th goal for Nigeria is a great finish from Osimhen. There's no luck about it. You can't blame the Gabon defending there. So Nigeria emphatically win 4-1. You know, it was 0-0 for a long time in that game. They're through to the final on a Sunday. I guess the negative for Nigeria is that they've played 120 minutes, which is obviously a big blow if the other game only 90 minutes is played. So they've played 30 minutes more football. They're going to be exhausted after that. Hopefully it's not going to be rainy conditions for the final, and hopefully there's going to be a better crowd inside there. But Nigeria will be pleased to get the win. They were bringing such momentum after beating Benin 4-0 into that game. 4-0 against Benin, 4-1 against Gabon. It's not a team you want to play right now. You don't want to play Nigeria right now. Whoever Nigeria play in that final, whether it's Cameroon or Congo, Nigeria are going to be the favourites. They're going to be the favourites because that's the game that's going to decide it. If you get past that game, Nigeria are going to be seeded in the playoffs in March. They'll probably play in Iraq or a Bolivia or something like that, or a New Caledonia, a Curacao, a Trinidad, a Bermuda, who knows. Whoever it is, you fully back Nigeria to win that game, and Nigeria are actually going to be placed in pot 3 now in that World Cup draw when it happens, because of Nigeria's FIFA ranking, and they've changed it. Nigeria will be a pot 3 team. So an emphatic win in the end for the Nigerians, but they can't sleep yet. I think they all expected to beat Gabon. Not in extra time, I imagine, but they've got to get past the final now, and it's going to be a big game. So they cannot sleep easy yet, but boy, they have come back from the dead. We know getting into that playoff spot by 1 goal ahead of Burkina Faso, beating Benin 4-0, beating Gabon 4-1. Cameroon and Congo is no Gabon. That's going to be a much tougher test against a much tougher team. But credit to the Super Eagles, but we cannot forget that dodgy penalty decision in the second half at 0-0. Could have changed everything. So, are you happy with that, Nigerians? Let me know. We'll see you for the final on Sunday.